What are you doing? What are you doing?
I had a hose leaking down here. There's a union right between these clamps here. Right here. So there's a union there. And what happened was right here. There was a small hole that developed right there. And it was dripping. So I just cut that hose off, cut it off the union, and reconnected it. But I have these hose clamps which actually come in here and pinch the hose off, keep it pinched off so I can work without losing any antifreeze. So this hose was leaking, like I said before. It looks like a little damage there, but it's hard to see. You can see it along here. But when you open it up, you can really see the damage on the inside. So that's...
Yeah, wow.
That was ready to blow. Well, good. So probably this repair took me, I don't know, 5 minutes. And lost about a cup of antifreeze. So, job well done.
Yay!
But we pulled over. Every time we pull over, I don't care what it's for, if we pull over for anything, lunch, whatever, I always walk around and check underneath the bus, especially the engine. And this time I noticed some drips underneath the bus. That's how I knew it was leaking. Otherwise, this probably would have blown on the interstate somewhere.
Yeah.
And we would have been on the interstate doing this. And I always carry extra antifreeze and water and whatever, so
Yeah.
I can fix just about anything on the road. Just about anything.
Yeah, and we did just pull over for lunch. Well, I wondered what you were doing out here. So here's where we are, middle of Arkansas, nowhere.
Yeah.
So, yay, husband. All right, are we good to go?
Saved us from a breakdown.
Yeah. Yeah, last couple videos, you know, we were in Memphis. And we were in Hot Springs. I don't know if I ever explained, though, that we just kind of gave up on the river travels there and decided we'd just go to see Scott's sister in Texas. So we're kind of headed that way, and we thought we'd hit a few things on the way, so that's why we were in Hot Springs. That was kind of a surprise thing, the last video you'll see, but boy, we enjoyed that. But anyways, after we left there, we continued on, and we spent the night at a Walmart again in Atlanta, Texas. We did make it into Texas. Made it around Texarkana. Wasn't bad at all. And then got up from Atlanta early and just followed this down. And we are in Willis, Texas. A little teeny tiny town. It's between Houston and Dallas up here. So it's this little teeny tiny town. It's where Barb and Wayburn live. And so we're just gonna kind of hang out with them for a while. Wayburn hasn't been in the best of health lately, and so we are happy to spend some time there. There it is. What is it?
1/2-inch ratchet.
All that.
Oh. And my other pair of hose pinchers.
How exciting.
I knew I brought them.
Okay, well, good. lot of tools are up in the top side of that cupboard he was just in. This
These
toolbox
should cut those strips.
Oh, leave those out. These are all chores we're going to do while we're in Texas here. Wait. Worked?
Perfect.
Okay, this is straight. That toolbox, unfortunately, was underneath the couch. But smarty pants. Fix it man figured out how to get it without pulling the whole couch out. So, all right.
Smarty McSparty pants.
Yeah. And what are you gonna go do right now?
Fix the exhaust.
Yes. Ready.
I even brought this.
Yeah.
Looks like a normal flashlight, doesn't it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a flashlight.
Okay.
But does your flashlight do this?
Ooh. Wow. No.
This one does.
That's pretty exciting. Here, big fat hammer to rescue. What are you doing under there?
I don't know.
You don't know. Come on, tell the people want to know.
What?
I'm filming you.
No.
Hello. Oh, you're fixing the exhaust way back there?
Yep.
Oh. Alright, well, tell us later what you did.
Oh. I'm tightening the clamps.
Okay. Sitting here in Texas and decided to take on another project because we found something finally.
Some trim.
Some trim. And this is why it's fabulous. Look at that! It's so jiggly. And it's very thin. So we've been having a hard time trying to find something, but we did find this at the Home Depot here in Texas. And they call it this, whatever this is. White molding, white lattice. But you can see it was $3.81 for a 8-foot section, which is really cool. Then we bought that Scotch brand extreme mounting tape, which is what he's using to put it up with. It's double-sided. So I don't know how it's going to travel, but I certainly love the way it's looking. It just looks finished finally. All we had up there before was this tape kind of stuff, which is actually just tape. That's all we could find at our Wisconsin Menards. But I had to come to Texas to find this molding, so I don't know. Really liking how it's looking. What do you think there, Gradle Man?
It's turning out well.
Yeah? Yeah, I like it. Looks finished. Yeah. So, and then he's just able to cut it with his snips. What are you using to cut the plastic with that stuff? Both the
My little snips.
little yeah. Alright, we're gonna keep working and get her done. So this time, instead of putting it on the wall first and then putting the strip on there, he's gonna put the strip on the piece of plastic trim first. Because it's kind of a tight spot that it's going into. I already did this one. See how nice that looks? So he's just doing this other side. So it's easier to stick it in there. Once in such a tight spot, so yeah. Take the back off. sneaking it in there. I already did these up here too. It just looks so finished. I really like it. So there it is. Easy as that. Done. Woohoo! A new development. Sitting here trying to figure out what the heck happened. But we have water. Our window seal has been broken. We know it wasn't always like this because we checked it. So I'm sure through movement, things have changed somewhere along the line. So now, in the middle of this huge rainstorm, we're just trying to keep it from flooding the bus, and we will have to fix it. But it was a good time to figure it out because we can sit here as long as we need to. We're sitting at Scott's sister Barb's house in Texas. Thank you, Barb. Seriously. She's fine with however long we need to be here, so. Alright, well, we'll show you this fix once we figure it out. Diesel heaters underneath here, but this battery is its source of power. We also use it for the seat controls on the fancy couch. But we've been sitting here so long, it has not been able to recharge because we haven't moved. So, Scott's going to charge it. Charge! Charge it! So we did get our window leak fixed. Scott just caulked around the top of the outside of that window. But here's some morning visitors in Weyburn and Barb's backyard this morning. I'm gonna go in and see what's going on, what's happening in the house this morning in a minute. Catch up with you.
Off and shake it out. I usually do it after a shower, and then I go, why didn't I do it before your shower?
Yeah.
Get you all